dare you?
Nigga run up on me, he wants you next day. 7-6 so they gon' rip off his face. It's on a cartel, I'ma chop off your tongue. Pull out the chopper and make your ass run. Got the block on like the mother.
Welcome back to the Taco Madre podcast. Like, sub, and subscribe, please. Or like, comment, and subscribe, please. Keep it gangster in Dallas, all right? Keep it Mexican also, all right? Welcome back. Let's see. Today we have a very special show for you guys. Especially if you guys love art and just being creative, like we do around here. Joined to me is, you can hear her, you already know, my baby and my wife off camera. All right, say hi.
Hey, people.
That's right. And then today we also have a very special guest and local artist from Dallas. You might have seen his work already. Sir, who are you?
Ray Alvarez. Very nice meeting everyone.
Yeah, and please tell the people what you've done for the past couple of years.
Past couple of years, quite a lot. Started a business, spray paint delivery service. Do graph around the city. Do street art. Do just about anything that's art related. Mostly graffiti though.
Do graffiti.
Yeah,
nice. I like the terminology, graph. Yeah. I now know a new thing. That's how you say graffiti around here. All right, so go ahead and name one of your top spots that you've done that we've probably seen around.
Top spots, most of it is West Dallas, over by Trinity Groves. There's it's like Singleton and I want to say Sylvan. Like
that's over there by I think kind of by Luce area.
Yep.
Exactly. It's also by that new bridge.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Well, I guess it's been 8 years since they built it, so I don't know if we could keep saying new.
Where all those people got arrested at the protest. Exactly. That's how I remember it.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. So, you've been out there. I remember seeing your first artwork, like in person, when you were spray painting like a container, I think. Mm-hmm. You were spray painting a container, and but it was dope as hell. He had these like 4 heads of like children like saluting, and it was but it was also like raza based, and I was like, that's dope as hell. And so I had to go up there and talk to the artist that was doing it. Mm-hmm. And so then he broke it down and he was like, yeah, man, you know what I mean, like it's just salute to the ancestors. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. So that's cool though. And then but you also run a business, right?
Yep.
And so
also run a business.
And you also told me that you hold events.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Tell me about the event.
Well, Trigger Fingers we do every year. This is our 3rd time doing this, but it's obviously our 4th year just because we skipped the COVID year. But we bring in national artists, international artists, and we have probably about, I want to say like a 1/4 mile of wall space that we just let these artists get loose.
Where at?
It's in Deep Ellum, right there where behind the sandbar. It's on the Deep Ellum self-storage wall. So it's like it's a prime spot. It's huge space, like you can just drive through and you can take photos.
You can get out and walk, right? The whole wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a big mural with like a bunch of different artworks, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's amazing. And you've been doing it how long, you said?
It's 4 years, but this is our 3rd event.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep. And it just keeps getting better and better. It's insane how the quality of artists that we got right now. Like it's just, I don't even know if we can get better. Next year.
Wow.
Like I think we're at that level.
Can you talk about like the first year and like how you got like the first couple of artists to come out?
Yeah. Well, the first year was probably like the toughest year because we didn't really know what we were doing, but we knew what the outcome we wanted.
Yeah.
And we're very stressed. One of the things is we wanted to bring out like these great artists, and luckily, one of our friends, Optic, is one of the guys that puts it together as well. He knows a lot of these really well-known national, international artists. And you talk to a crew, DF, which is I want to say like from Connecticut, New York, like upper New York or upper northeast part of the country.
So you guys are getting people from coast to coast?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So those guys came down, and now they're in Colorado. But they came down and they said, yeah, we're willing to paint it. And we gave them 3 panels, and I mean they just knocked it out. It was insane,
Man, with graffiti artists, I've always wondered, like, how do you come up with, like, that distinct style? You know what I mean? Because, like, I feel like if I were to put a wall, like, I mean, I'm creative. Like, I did this logo, so, but going on a wall and like doing it on like a 15 foot by 15
Yeah,
foot.
like thinking about the scale of things.
Like mine would look all jacked up. Like, how do you do that?
I mean,
What's the process? Do you sketch it out?
I sketch everything out. Every piece that I do, I sketch out. I don't put any colors to it though, because I kind of have an idea of what the colors are going to be, and I've done it for so long that I don't do the colors anymore. You know, I just kind of have it in my head, and I'm like, this is what it's going to be. But if there is a, you know, I guess like a commission or anything like that, then I definitely put the colors in there, and I sketch on. I only do the colors on one letter. And it's all, I typically only do letters because that's what I'm drawn to, you know, and I kind of tweak them a little bit. But the process is just it's a sketch, just a black and white sketch, and then I have the colors, you know, already thought up in my head. I've actually made like a Google Sheets like formula that kind of like has all the colors of like the brands that I sell, and then I have like a little formula that will automatically create like a color combination. So
if somebody wanted to buy some of that, how can they do that right now?
How can they buy it?
Yeah, like is it just hitting you up on Instagram?
Oh yeah. They hit me up on Instagram. It's DFW Spray Paint Delivered. I think that's the new handle, or Spray Paint Delivered something.
We'll put it in.
Yeah, but you can also reach me through my Instagram. It's just Albarez. It's ALBAREZ. But people just hit me up, and then a lot of it is like word of mouth. So people already know me, and they'll just hit me up like through text or something. They'll just be like, "Hey, I need these colors," and then I don't deliver.
Okay, well, look, let's take a look at some of his artwork real quick.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So your process is sketch it out, and then that's what it was on this one, right?
Yeah.
You sketch it out first, and then did you already knew? Okay, well, first of all, looking at it, I'm like, what the hell does it say, right? Like, I can't even like. I would have to sit there and really study it. Like, what does it say?
I'm trying to make up the letters here.
Oh man, like that's the hardest thing about graffiti.
Yeah.
It's like solving a puzzle sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
it's like a Rubik's cube. I don't know. Like,
it's a transformer.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's transforming for me.
But overall, like I've always been impressed by the lighting effects that you can also put on there. Like you really do make it pop like that.
Yeah, one of the things I think I try to do is like I have enough hard edges in it, and then I have to give it like a couple like little like soft like blends or something and then they play off of each other. That hard edge and then like a real soft like blend. It's just like it just makes it stand out even more.
Okay, so if we can get a little bit, if we can get a little bit technical with the art here, how do you do? Like, what tools are in a graffiti man's bag, like all the time?
All right, so first off, you probably a sketchbook, pencil and sketchbook.
Yeah,
that's what you need.
That's the first.
Yeah, that's when you're in the lab. You're coming up with all these ideas.
Yeah.
You have to work on your tag. You know, you work on like a little quick signature.
What does that mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like just your signature, and then you just after that you start doing like a little bubble letters or something quick that you do around the city.
Sure.
And you add like one or two colors, and you just like blend it in, and you get something intricate like this, and that's when you get probably your supplies is probably just paint, your sketch, ladders.
What about any kind of like straight edges, maybe?
No, none of that. That's the generation I grew up in was like that was not allowed. You weren't allowed to have any straight edge, no tape or nothing. Like we would clown you if you had like a piece of tape or a piece of cardboard like to make a straight edge. Like
wow, like I wouldn't know how else.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Like a spray can, it goes all over the place.
My
You know what
life
I
would
mean?
be so crooked.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You had to learn to have straight lines.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So let's see. So there's a little bit of a code of ethics, or not exactly, but code of honor maybe.
Yeah.
With a graffiti artist.
Exactly. There's definitely rules to it, but it's like in my mind, like I kind of see it like obviously I abided by the rules for so long, and then it got to the point where it's like how why do we abide by rules in such an anarchist form of art, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
It's like you do this, when I first started, it was like completely illegal, you know? You'd get in trouble for it, but it's like now I gotta abide by these rules. Like it was a big like an oxymoron.
It's a dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's look through more of your art, please. So you gotta tell me, what does it say? I mean,
it says save. It's SAEB. So like everything is just I kind of my style kind of changed up to this point, I guess. So everything is kind of combined, and each little layer there that you see is kind of like like you've got an A there. You got a real big top of this, I don't know, like a blocky looking A.
Yeah.
And then if you see the line in the middle right there, that's the part in the center where you got, you do the line across the A, and then you got the two legs on the left and the right.
You know what? The more I look at it, it just becomes really clear now that you've explained it. Like it's just evident now. You know what I mean?
And it's not that it. Once you kind of start seeing it, it's like it's not. You didn't really do that much.
Right.
So but it is kind of hidden with the colors and stuff on the inside. Like even the E and the B is probably even simpler to see, because the E is just like three, horizontal pieces, and the B you've got the little, you got the straight edge on the left, and then you got the little loop.
So graffiti is almost like what Picasso was doing with like changing up the shapes of the human like portrait.
Exactly.
He was just kind of like twisting them so far that you couldn't tell, until you like almost couldn't tell that it was human, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what graffiti is. It's like taking a base form, like like a name, like a tag, and then expanding from it and stretching it to make sure, or trying to see how far you can take it.
Yeah, that's a really good way to explain it too, because I've never thought of it that way, but that's exactly right.
Yeah,
because you see the realistic faces that they were doing before, and it's like when he came out with like Cubism and everything else, like you just kind of just turned it around,
Yeah, man. He, many artists before him and after him, but
how dare you!